Hello everybody, welcome to Dale's. My name is Dale. Thank you for joining me today. It is Saturday, October the 14th. I should know that very well because yesterday was my birthday. I turned 68 yesterday. Don't feel like I'm that old, but it is what it is. So it's a gloomy day here today. I'm sitting in my dining room and I'm working on finishing up socks. By finishing up, I mean, well, I'll show you what I'm doing. I have been knitting a lot of socks. In the last 2 weeks, I have finished 3, started 3 more. It's just, and I've got, I don't know, I think I'm going to cast on about 3 more pair. It's Christmas time coming up, and I give a lot of socks as Christmas gifts, but the 3 that I'm actually finishing up today with little tags, and I'll show you that in a second, those are not for Christmas. Those are going out actually next week. They are gifts for birthdays and get well gifts, and I'll go into more of that in a minute. So I just want to take a real quick minute to thank everybody for joining me on my channel. I have had a really bump of new subscribers. Thank you very much for checking in and joining and subscribing. And the comments have been wonderful. I read every comment and I try to respond to every comment more than just with the little heart. If there's really nothing for me to comment, I'll put the heart, but I read every comment. And while we're on comments, I just want to mention one that really made me question why I do what I do here. I'm not making any money off of YouTube. I don't ask you for any money. I don't talk about even subscribing all that much. I forget about it. And so when I get a comment like this, it really makes me want to stop. So I'm just going to read you the comment, and it was on the actually the one video of mine that has gone just crazy, and I'm getting all the new subscribers, is the one where I show you the reversible finishing stitch blanket. It's from about 10 or 11 months back, and this comment was on that, and I'm just going to read it to you, and then I want to talk about it a little bit. So I won't say who it's from. I have removed the comment, by the way, because I didn't like it. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. See what you think. Stop calling a hook a needle. It is not a needle and will confuse people even more than they already are. Been crocheting 51 years and knitting 45 years. They are not the same. Didn't know that, really. So this kind of upset me for a few reasons. And one was the tone. I don't do negativity on my channel. It's not about complaining and ranting, even though this is going to become a rant very quickly if I don't control myself. What really bothered me is this comment. It will confuse people even more than they already are. That upset me because that's saying to me that my viewers are all a bunch of confused people that don't know what they're doing. And I know that that is not true. I know that the majority of the viewers that are on my channel are probably more experienced in a lot of the things that I show than I am, and they kindly watch things and they say, oh, that's really nice, but they know darn well that they could do a better job. That really bothers me. That's assuming a lot to say that it will confuse people even more than they already are. Are you confused? And do I confuse you more? Because if I do, then I don't know what I'm doing here. Now, the other thing was, we were talking about this crochet hook, okay? And I was talking, of course it's a crochet hook. It's got 2 hooks on either end of it. I know this, so do you. But this part of the hook is not a hook, it's a needle. And I actually went as far, because it bothered me so much, I actually went as far and looked up needle in the dictionary. And I would advise this person to go and do the same, because a needle is any, for whatever purpose it is any long, straight, hollow tube. And that's exactly what this is in here. And when I'm telling you to, or when I'm saying that what I've done is I've put 90 stitches on the needle. I didn't put them on the hook. I put them on, I slid them over the hook, but they're laying on the needle part of the hook. So if that confused I'm very, very sorry. I didn't think it would confuse anybody. Furthermore, I have had a lot of people respond to me in saying that, how did I get so many stitches on my needle? So I don't think that we are the confused ones here. And I really don't think, like if you're just on a video to watch it and then pick it apart and complain about it, go somewhere else. I don't need this negativity. So that's all I'm saying about it. I don't think anybody was confused. And if you are confused about my terminology, then will you please let me know? Because if this is a real problem for you, I would like to know. But I wouldn't like to be told in that tone. I don't like it. So I have removed the comment. I haven't removed the person, but I have removed the comment. And I'm sorry if I've confused anybody. And I certainly do not assume that you're all already confused, because I know that's not true. And the other thing I want to say is to this person, if you're watching, I'm really happy that you've been a crocheter and a knitter for that long. I have too, and a lot of my viewers have too. They're not stupid, and neither am I. So please don't talk to anybody in that tone on my channel anyway. Okay, we're going to get past that now. That wasn't very nice, and it wasn't me at all, but when something strikes me so hard that makes me want to stop what I'm doing, then I have to address it. And so now I have. So anyway, that video has actually really been a very popular video. And I know that there's a lot of different ways to do the tension stitch. I know there's a lot of different ways to do what I showed you, but that's the way I do it. I've had other people say, you don't have to put all the needles on. You can work and turn and work and turn. I don't do it that way, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't like to work and turn, do 5 stitches, turn, do 5 stitches, turn. Like, to me, that's a whole lot of confusion there. So I put all but if you want to do it a different way, do it a different way. There's a lot of different ways of doing a lot of different things. We all do things in different ways. And I think that's the joy of being a crafter, because you find the way that suits you, that makes you comfortable for whatever reason. Either, like I have a problem with my arm. I have had a mastectomy, and I get a really swollen arm very quickly if I overdo it. And so some of the hand movements I have adjusted because of my condition, and there's a lot of people out there who have the same thing. Maybe they have a bit of arthritis in their hand and they can't hold something in a certain way, so they hold it different. That's fine. That's what makes us all so wonderfully unique. So getting on to what I'm doing here is, I'll show you the socks that I finished. Well, you saw one pair. I think I've shown these pair before. These are the Cynthia's Smorgasbord socks by Cynthia Sarnoff. They're a free pattern. And beautiful textured. These I'm gifting to somebody, a young woman who was in a really almost fatal car accident, and she's recovering. And so I made her some socks. But, then I'll show you the other two, and then I'll show you what I'm doing to them. This is another pair that I finished. I had one done, and now I've got the second one done. And this is a birthday pair for a dear person in my life. And so what I'm doing is I'm sewing on these little tags. Handmade with love, they say. They're leather. And I got them off of Amazon, and they're not sponsoring me or anything, the company, but I thought I would tell you about them, because I've been looking for these kind of things for a while to put on the things that I make, that I give away. And I got a little box of 50. There's various colors of them. No, I can't open the box. I'm having a problem with boxes lately. So there's blue ones. There's this sort of a creamy yellow goldish color. There is brown. And there is a gray color. I'm not turning them all the right way, am I? There we go, like that. And what else is there? And this beige color. So 5 colors. I think that's, oh no, there's a green, sort of a very pale green. Oh yeah, and here's, is that the same? That's the same one. This one isn't really gray. It's more like a very soft purple, purpley pink. It's sort of blowing out in here. And a darker, no, a lighter blue. So there's 6 different colors in here. You get 50 in this box, and they weren't expensive at all. So I'm putting these, I'm just sewing these on just the cuff. I'm just putting them on the cuff here like this, just sewing it on. I was thinking of doing it this way, but I don't know if that will, I suppose I could put it this way. I don't think it's going to bother the stretch part, but I thought I would put it this way. So I'm doing that on all of these socks. And then these are the ones that I finished making, and then I just finished this sock. It's a beautiful pattern, and I'm going to tell you about this pattern because it's part of a series of patterns. This is called the Beth's Piano pattern, and it's by KitchenSinkShop, and she right now has the Little Women collection going on, and it's paid for. It's on Ravelry, and this was October's. You get 3 patterns, one the beginning of October, beginning of November, and beginning of December. This was the October one. And it's lovely. It really is lovely. I'm thinking these are for me because I made the foot quite small. The thing is about me is I make so many socks, but I very seldom keep them for myself, and I think these would be wonderfully warm there. I made them out of Croy, which I like to use because Croy is a very durable and slightly heavier than some sock yarns. And for our climate, it's very nice and warm, and it's a washable. And this colorway is Cascade Colors. It's beautiful. I love the colors of this. And I love the stitch. There's lots of lacing in here. So I've got to do the other one, and then I'll be getting a new pattern on November the 1st. I can't wait to see what the next one is. So this has been a very enjoyable. I tend to do the same patterns over and over and over again, and I don't go looking for new patterns. So when I saw this, and the KitchenSinkShop is a woman here in Canada. She's a lovely little designer, and I would like to support more Canadian designers. So I decided when she put that up on Ravelry, I thought, I'm going to join this. I don't usually join these kind of things, but for this one, I wanted to. So yeah, that's the Beth's Piano sock. And then I have so many pieces, and well, like we all do, you know, these little balls of sock yarn and all kinds of different yarn. And I had some DK left over from a sweater I made for my little great nephew Fritz, who just turned 1 last week. I made him a sweater out of this yarn, and it's I think it's a Mary Maxim yarn, and it's in DK. And I have quite a bit of it, so I decided to make some DK socks, which are very warm. And I'm loving these. I think these are so cool. These are perfect walking socks for the winter here, or if you skate, to put inside your skates or your skis. These are going to be somebody's really nice warm socks. So there goes my earbud. I got these. Sorry about that. Anybody else have trouble with earbuds falling out of their ears? I have a very small ear canal, so some of these are not very good for me. Anyway, these socks, the top of them is wool, and it's washable wool though. It's not 100%. And then this is acrylic, and then the heel and the toe is going to be wool. So they're a little bit of a mishmash, but it doesn't matter. It's all washable. So these are turning out great. I love these. They're just, I don't know. They feel kind of fall and Christmassy to me. So somebody's going to get them. I haven't decided who yet. I have to decide pretty soon because I have to know how far to go on the foot. And this is going to fall again. And then I have another pair of socks on the go, of course. I just started these ones. These are also a pattern, whoops, it's going to fall, by the KitchenSinkShop. And these are a free pattern on Ravelry. And this is the library socks. These are for a Christmas gift for a friend. There's also nice texturing in these as well. So a lot of sock knitting going on at the moment. I'm really sad to say that my stitching journal has suffered in October. I've written on it, I've drawn things on it, but I have not stitched one stitch on it. I got to start that. I'm having a really difficult time with the stitching portion, although I did finish a stitching project, and I'm going to show you that now. Before I show you the little stitching project that I finished, I'll just explain the next little clip. I needed to have a little broom to finish this stitching project, like a toy size broom, or, you know, like an ornament size broom. And I thought I had one, I couldn't find it. And so I decided that I would try and source the broom material in my garden. So that's the next clip. That'll lead into the stitching project, and then I'll come back and say cheerio. Do you remember me showing you this broom corn in my last video where I was putting up my garden box and making my little lantern? At the time that I made that video, I said I was going to leave this for the birds. This is the seeds for the corn broom, or the broom corn. And I only planted a little bit. I've never grown this before, and I really didn't know what I was going to do with it. I thought I might make arrangements with it. It's very pretty. But since I have made that video, I've done a little bit of investigating on YouTube, and I have actually gotten kind of interested in the idea of making brooms. Now, I don't have enough here to make a real broom, but I have a need of we'll call it a toy broom, for a project that I'm working on. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cut this down. I watched how to harvest this. I'm going to harvest this, and then we're going to take the seeds off, and then we're going to try making a little broom. I think this is going to be kind of exciting. And I'm going to save all these seeds. I'm sorry, birds. I'm not going to give any to you. And I'm going to plant a lot of this next year with the hopes of getting enough to actually make some brooms, like a whisk broom, or even just a small little house broom. I think that'd be kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to get busy harvesting. So here's all my broom corn. And I think that probably, if this was all dry and the seeds were off, this would probably be enough to make a whisk broom. So I'm going to next take this in the house, or maybe I'll do it out here so it's not so dirty. I'll go get a bag and a comb, and let's get rid of all the seeds. think I'm going to have to let this dry more before I can do much with it, but this will be enough for the project that I need. I'll just clean this one off and then I'll be good to go. Still, this is pretty good. Absolutely very excited about this. I'll have to This is the little piece that I was talking about when I was harvesting my broom corn that I wanted to make a little broom for. But my broom corn is too green. It doesn't quite look like a broom yet, and I think it has to dry for quite some time before it gets to that stage. So I found a Halloween ornament that had a broom, and I just added a little bit of red to it to sort of match the one in the cross stitch. And this piece is for my son for Halloween and his 4 cats. So Broomstick Brigade they are. And I'm going to be popping this in the mail very soon so he can get it before Halloween. Turned out so cute, did it not? So that little stitching project turned out really good, and it's been sent. I sent it yesterday to my son, and I think he's going to really enjoy it. And now I'm working on making an advent calendar for him for Christmas. He doesn't live here. He lives far away, and we don't get to see him. Well, we get to see him like we're doing now on video, but anyway, I decided this year that I was watching somebody else's channel and they were making an advent calendar for an adult. And I thought, you know, that would be really fun. We always just send him a gift or we send him money and he buys whatever he wants. But this would be something, if I finish this, I'm going to make everything that goes in the daily packages. And that will be his Christmas gift, I think. I'm going to do that. He's 35 years old. What do you buy a 35-year-old son, you know? So I think this is going to be really fun for me to do and for him to receive. So that's going to be something coming up. Well, I've yammered on long enough. I'm going to insert a little bit of video here of our drive to Dauphin. This was last week. We went there. I had a checkup, my cancer checkup, and all was good. And the scenery was beautiful, and I had fun. For once, I wasn't driving. My husband was driving, so I was able to snap pictures as we drove along, and it was just a beautiful day for a drive. So enjoy that. No music this time, sorry. I haven't had time to do any practicing or anything like that, but I'll get you next time. So have a good couple of weeks. I'll see you in a few weeks, and stay healthy, everybody. And thank you for watching. Take care. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.